T.I.'s son, King Harris, has been arrested after not appearing in court and some other things connected to his actions.
And another thing, I'm a free man. Stop, goddamn, I'm not locked up. I'm straight. I was, but I'm back, I'm straight.
I feel for T.I. and Tiny, parents who are doing the absolute best they can. T.I. said this would happen if he continued to go down this road.
It seems T.I.'s son, King Harris, cannot stop being an embarrassment to himself and his family. Imagine being arrested for one day and feeling like you've now arrived as the latest gangster in town. So after getting arrested last week, King was taken to the DeKalb County Jail, but that didn't stop him from posting, saying, "Another thing, I am a free man. Stop, goddamn, I am not locked up."
And another thing, I'm a free man. Stop, goddamn, I'm not locked up. I'm straight. I was, but I'm back, I'm straight.
His video blew up online, especially on Instagram, drawing attention and reactions from users, some of whom are supposedly gang members. One person even commented, acting like he did 25 to life, he probably didn't even eat lunch. People weren't exactly kind about this action. More Instagram users got in, with one saying he looks more like a cartoon character than a real person. Another added, "This guy finished his ultimate life mission. He's got nothing left to prove to himself." The whole situation seems to have turned into a joke for many. Now, if you missed what went down, reports say King Harris was pulling out of a gas station in a BMW on Monday when he almost hit a cop car. That's why the officer pulled him over. During the stop, the cop smelled weed and saw a gun on King's hip. After running his info, the cop found out King had a warrant for skipping court in Pickens County for past vehicle violations. That's where things got interesting. Turns out, the warrant was tied to an August 2022 incident where King was charged with speeding, driving on a suspended license, and driving under the influence. It's like history repeated itself, and now Harris is facing the consequences. Still, according to the officer, Harris cooperated throughout the situation. In his own words, "Mr. Harris was cooperative, and I removed the firearm from his hip with no issue. I then had Mr. Harris step out of the vehicle, and I detained him by placing handcuffs on him. I escorted Mr. Harris to my patrol vehicle, conducted a pat-down, and placed him into the rear of my vehicle." But Harris wasn't alone at the time of the arrest. He had a couple of friends with him, and they ended up getting charged for the possession of excessive marijuana. Wild, right? Fox 5 reports that in September 2024, Harris's arraignment notice was returned, meaning he likely didn't know about his court date, which led to the bench warrant. He was released to Pickens County after his arrest, and the warrant was lifted. Of course, people had plenty to say, especially since Harris's dad, T.I., is a well-known figure. One comment on Instagram summed up the general vibe. "This the type of life he wants. His dad continuously tries to school him, and he continuously wants to play the ghetto hood ninja." Another person commented, "Parents usually fail their kids, but this kid here failed his parents." And the one that really took the cake was someone saying, "T.I. right now, due to the nature of your atrocities, I'm gonna let you have a reflection period. Once you've had your epiphany, I'll provide the necessary funds to get you out of jail." It's almost like T.I. is catching some of the backlash from King's actions. Still, most people seem to think T.I. is genuinely doing his best to raise him right. Before this latest drama back in 2022, a similar thing happened. Ty, the Bring 'Em Out rapper, went on Instagram Live and didn't hold back in calling out his son. He said, "If he God and keep that ST up, he's going to prison. Ain't no way around it. Ain't nothing I'll be able to do about it," he said. "'Cause I know that energy. I was that energy. I know exactly how it's going to turn out." T.I. also admitted that he's done everything he could to discipline King, but now it's up to him. "He done got all the whoopings and punishment," T.I. said. "Did everything as a child you could do to him. So now you're gonna have to go through it and get through it, and ain't nothing that me and mama or nobody else gonna be able to say about it." It's no secret that King Harris has been acting like he's living the gangster lifestyle for a while. There was even a point where he dissed his parents, claiming he was raised by his grandmother in the hood. But remember that one time at the Atlanta Falcons game when T.I. was set to perform? T.I. and Tiny were joking around with King, and Tiny let the truth slip. She said the only reason they'd drop King off at his grandma's was that he used to cry to go there, not because he was left in the hood like he's been saying. A lot of folks think that when Tiny called him out for being a spoiled rich kid, King got embarrassed, especially since it all went down on Instagram Live. That public humiliation probably set him off and made him rebel even more. Talking about standing on business.
I know you. What's wrong with y'all? Why y'all doing that to me? Y'all know me. You know I stand on business. You know I stand on business. Why you even letting somebody play with me like that? Why you letting somebody play with me like that?
Ty has come a long way from his days in the streets, trading that life for success as a rapper and businessman, but what he probably didn't expect was to face a whole new struggle with his son. Just imagine raising your kid in a multi-million-dollar mansion, giving him everything, only to watch him grow up trying to act like he's from the hood.
My grandma, we'll go to the house on like a weekend. They'll say, hey, we shooting today. We need y'all at the house. They'll come get me from my grandma's house. And right after we done, when the cameras go off, I'm right back to my grandma's.
King, on the other hand, seems to be doing everything he can to separate himself from his dad's success and the comfortable life they've built. But instead of doing something productive, he's been getting into trouble, trying to prove he's some kind of gangster. His antics are wild. Remember when he allegedly threatened to pistol whip a Waffle House employee?
And you still talking inside, though. You still talking inside, though. Why you inside? Can't stop me from doing.
Or the time he almost pulled a gun out of his backpack during an argument in an Atlanta parking lot. He even paid a homeless guy to do a hot chip challenge, knowing how dangerous it was. A challenge that ended up causing a young kid's death. Instead of just helping the guy, King thought it'd be funny to pull a stunt like that.
What you want to do? What you want to do? You from here?
Yeah, I'm from here. Yeah, I'm from here.
All right, so. Oh, hell, y'all, let's go. What's up with you, bro?
King's reckless behavior didn't significantly go unnoticed, especially with the late Foolio, who wasted no time calling him out. Foolio took to Instagram and threw some shade, saying, "I don't get why Jit wanna be gangsta, you grew up with a silver spoon." That jab hit a nerve with King, and feeling disrespected, the 19-year-old clapped back on social media, challenging Foolio to step into the boxing ring with him.
Foolio, get your in the boxing ring. I wanna speak on. Man, I hear a lot of these got so much to say when it's viral, but when I tell them in that boxing ring, everybody wanna be hot.
King had been posting clips of himself training in the gym, showing off his boxing skills like he was gearing up to be the next Mike Tyson or something.
So Mike Tyson, I'm mad. I just been mad lately. I'm ready to get in there and punch somebody. Angry. I've been angry, and I'm waiting on one of these apples to fix their mouth to get in that boxing ring.
But Foolio wasn't having it and didn't seem impressed by King's tough guy act. He fired back on his Instagram story with a sharp response warning, "I barely post or troll no mo King, find you something productive to do before you be watching Netflix in heaven with our Lord and Savior." When King decided to pick a fight with one of the most feared rappers in Florida, social media lit up. People couldn't believe King was bold enough to come at Foolio, a notorious figure with a reputation that spoke for itself. "Shoddy barking up the wrong tree. Bro, your dad can't save you from this one," someone tweeted, pointing out how out of his depth King was. Others echoed the same concerns, with one person warning, "He's gonna put T.I. in a bad situation. King isn't from the streets." People were genuinely worried that King's tough guy persona was leading him down a dangerous path. Another comment hit even harder. "He's gonna get himself hurt, and I only hope it's caught on camera, so we can hear him cry for his mommy, daddy, and the police." And honestly, people had every reason to be concerned. The street life isn't something to be played with, and Foolio himself was a reminder of that. He ended up getting shot and offed. Just hours after Foolio's death, King posted a cryptic message on his Instagram story that seemed to address the situation, writing, "Y'all be safe out here." It came off as a subtle, almost smug response, as if he was trying to make a point. But instead of gaining the respect he might have been looking for, it only sparked more warnings. People started urging King to leave the street life behind, pointing out that nothing good ever comes from it. One tweet summed up the general feeling, "I hope King Harris realizes this ain't no damn game." Foolio checked him not too long ago. "Don't make yourself a target." Social media was full of people telling King that he was playing with fire, and Foolio's death only served as a harsh reminder that the streets don't play around. What might have started as King trying to prove something ended up backfiring, leaving people more worried about him than ever. But here's the thing. King seems to have completely forgotten who his dad really is. T.I. is the original gangster in this story, and he's been handling business long before King was even born. That reality hit hard when T.I. had to allegedly put his own son in a chokehold like any dad would when their kid is acting out of control. Recently, King was shooting a music video and thought it'd be cool to start flashing guns on camera. What he didn't realize is that pulling stunts like that draws the wrong kind of attention. Word around town is that some serious people have taken notice, and King might have gotten himself into more trouble than he bargained for this time. T.I.'s been trying to steer his son in the right direction, but even he might not be able to bail King out of this one. When T.I. teamed up with Boosie Badazz for some impromptu parenting, they probably didn't expect it to blow up online. The two rap legends had to step in and shut down King and Boosie's son, Tootie Raw, who were in the middle of a music video flashing guns. In a recent clip, you can catch Boosie and T.I. going off on their sons, breaking down all the trouble they could get into if the wrong people saw the video. Boosie had been telling T.I. how proud he was that the boys were finally making moves in their music careers, only to find out they were headed down a violent path with this video.
What is it about the guns, man?
It's not illegal to have a gun.
Well, in the manner in which you portraying in the lifestyle, it don't look legitimate, sir. Ain't doing nothing. What kind of parent gonna support their kids and they'll goddamn slide gun and you popping it? And then got a gun in your book there?
T.I. spelled it out for them. One call to the cops and they'd be dealing with permits, legal drama, and who knows what else.
When y'all got drugs around those legal guns, that called it's not possession of a firearm and commission of a crime, sir. That is a felony.
The footage seems to be from last year, back when King was rocking those bright blue twists, and while the video hasn't been released yet, it seems like the tough love did the trick because the boys have stayed out of that kind of trouble, at least for now. Both T.I. and Boosie have been open about their worries for their sons. Boosie's called out Tootie before for wearing ski masks in public, saying it sends the wrong message. Meanwhile, T.I. has been doing everything he can to separate King from the trap life image he's been embracing. But let's be honest, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. These boys grew up watching their dads, who helped lay the groundwork for Southern street rap. They're clearly following in their father's footsteps, but the difference is that T.I. and Boosie lived that life, made it through, and left it behind.